Welcome back, Connect family.
Next, we have Julie Vogel. She's going to be connecting with us and sharing her perspectives on dating, empowerment, and embracing life's chapters while still having style and confidence. This is an episode you don't want to miss.
Thank you so much for setting up this conversation because it definitely needs to be had. And today I am kicking off things with a very spicy topic and a very important question. Is this a midlife crisis or is it a midlife awakening? I'm so excited because today to join me is Leanne Lattanzi. She is an LA hairstylist with over 35 years in the industry. And aside from creating gorgeous hairstyles, fresh cuts and color, she's in her chair getting the tea from everybody. And so without further ado, I want to welcome Leanne.
Hi. So excited. I'm so excited to be here, Julie. Yes.
I'm so excited to have you. So just for our audience reference, I want to say that you and I met in a very interesting way. And as we're talking on this very controversial hot topic of older women dating younger men, I remember when I put a post up on my social media and I was terrified, like, when I outed myself that was happening in my life. I was like, okay, I'm going to get canceled. All my female midlife followers are going to unfollow me. And out of the blue, like within moments after the post, you reached out to me and said, oh my God, I have to talk to you about my relationship. And the funny thing is, that is why I think this conversation has to be had, because of all the, thousands of women that I know in that space, you would have been the last person that I would have thought had experienced dating a younger man. And so that's why I really wanted to have you on the show to talk about it. So I want to just start with, you were in a long-term marriage, 20
over 24 years. Over 24 years. Mm-hmm.
And got divorced. You had 3 beautiful daughters. And then tell us what happened and how did you come to dating a younger man? And also, how much younger was this man?
It was really, I was scared to death to date. And it had been 4 years. And my girlfriend's like, Leanne, you just got to get out there. And I went on a couple dates and they were not exactly fun and exciting. And they were my age. And it was not exactly what I thought I wanted. And I thought, I need to have a little more fun now. I mean, I am divorced and I just need to look into something more exciting. So I looked onto older women dating and never dreamed that I would meet anybody really serious and have a great relationship with him. And I ended up meeting this great guy, and he's over 20 years younger. And we just clicked literally right away. And we would talk on the phone, and then he actually made the date for us. And we actually dated for like 3.5 years. And we're still friends to this day. So, yes.
I know. I love that you are still in each other's lives. And, a lot of, I think that the misconception is that an older woman who dates a younger man, that it's purely like superficial. It might just be, a sexual, a situationship type thing. And I want you to speak to that misconception of the depth that you experienced in your relationship. And then I'd like to add a little bit about my experience as well. So go ahead.
Yes, I was scared to death. I was really scared to even date this younger guy. And then I just thought to myself, I actually cried about it. And I said, no, I have to just do this for me. It's my life. I'm living this journey, and never dreamed that so much great came out of it. And I always said that it made me feel young again. This misconception of, you're going to feel insecure because you're older and, your body isn't like it was and all this crazy stuff. No. I did not think about any of that. I felt like a new woman. I felt blossomed. I felt like a rebirth. I always said that he gives me youth and I try to give him wisdom. He doesn't always listen, but I got so much out of it. And it was just something that I never dreamed.
I had a very similar experience where you get to be a certain age, our bodies change. And I was like, here this person is, 20 years younger than me, a little bit younger than that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, am I going to feel really uncomfortable with my physicality and all that? And the truth of the matter is, when I met him, and when we went on a first date, I felt almost giddy, like a teenager again. And it brought this feeling of, it was just very exciting, and I was surprised by that. And also surprised that as a woman who is now in her midlife, I'm so much more comfortable with my body, so that really wasn't an issue. So let me ask you something, because you have 3 daughters, and what was their reaction? Because I know one of them was actually over 18 at the time. How did that all go down?
Well, they were actually 17, 13, and 11. And my 17-year-old was not happy about it at all. And I had to say to her, I'm not, I don't get into your business. And this is my life now. And I've always, at that time when I was married, I was the mother and I was a wife, and everything was about everyone else. And I felt like, now this is my time. This is my time to take care of me. And I explained that to her. I said, this is my time, and I'm sorry that you don't understand this, but I need to be happy just like you do. And it doesn't matter how old I am, and it doesn't matter that I'm your mother. I have every right to happiness also. And also my ex-husband actually was on my side, and he told the girls, you leave your mom alone. She's happy. And, it was very nice to have that.
That is actually very rare and non-normative. And I think that's, hats off to your husband. When I told my daughter, who's 27, she saw my last clip here that I had done, the last segment on Behind the Mirror, and she's looking at the show. And, I hadn't told her because she lives in New York, and I hadn't really wanted to say it in person. So she was here a couple of weeks ago in LA. She's watching the segment, and she pauses and she goes, Mom, how young? And she goes, 20. She goes, 30. She's like, okay. Like, it was so funny that there was like, as long as he was above 30, she was okay with it. Which I find really interesting. But the truth is, as a woman, I think it's older than the man. And my man's, this doesn't bode well for me. He actually looks even younger than his age of 38 years old. When we're out in public, that's another, the conversation is like, am I worried about what people think and if heads turn? And the truth is, I am not at all, he may be a little more than I am, and yet I don't really care. And that goes back to what you said with your daughters. It's like, it's your life. We get to, that's the thing about midlife, is that we have earned the right. I've earned the right to dress how I want to dress, do what I want to do, be happy in my own skin. So I find that so interesting. And in the world we live in, like social media, we did some social media videos, you and I, about this topic, and we got a little pushback, from the women. And the thing is, when I first thought about, do I put this public? Do I not? I remember I had judgment. I mean, I'm going to talk about this in another segment, but that quote, use it or lose it is very relevant. Because like anything else, it's like, you got to keep it in shape,
Yeah.
And we'll get into that next time. But isn't it interesting, the difference? And I want you to talk about how your sexual expression and experience was different when you were with the younger man.
Yeah, I feel like there was this emotional connection too. It was chemistry and emotional. And so I'm in better shape than I was then, but I felt safe and secure because he made me feel that way. We were somewhere by a pool in Vegas, and I was wearing a cover up, and he's like, take that off. You look great. Why did you do that? So it was always this feeling of him knowing that I look great, knowing that I am beautiful, no matter my age. And he would say, I don't look at you like your age. I look at you for you. And that's what's so important with anybody you're with, no matter your age. And so it was nice because I didn't care anymore. Like, I was with him and I felt safe. So everything just flowed.
I love that.
I mean, the relationship and the sex and everything. And I was very excited about all that because I used to joke that I went from the desert to the ocean.
So this has been amazing, Leanne. We're going to have to do a part two. And I want to stay in touch and let me know and let our viewers know how they can stay in touch with you and find you.
Yes, my email is LDL3 GIRLZ. LDL 3 GIRLZ. So that's my
Gmail. At Gmail?
Yeah, at Gmail. I'm sorry. Yes, at Gmail.
Great. And you guys can keep up with me at Julie Vogel Styling on Instagram or Julie Eliza Vogel at gmail.com. All right, more to come on this juicy subject.
Wow, we've got to give it up for our monthly contributor, Julie Vogel, with her segment Behind the Mirror. That was worth rewinding and running back. Let us know, you at home, are you an older woman that has dated or is dating a younger man? Tap into our IG and connect with us to share more at the Connect Network TV.
As always, ladies, it is a pleasure. Love to see your beautiful faces. And thank you so much, Connect Fam, for hanging out with us. God bless. Stay beautiful. Tell somebody you love them while they could hear it and receive it. Life is short. Love you for it.
You're watching the Connect Network TV on the CW.